Today, I will be happy to share with you what I will be starting from seed in October. We have officially reached fall, and this is such a happy time. The temperatures are cooling down. The gardens will start to seem a little less stressed and much happier, more lush. Now, I'm located in Central Florida, Zone 9A, and according to the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, the seeds that I'll be starting this month in October can be started whether you are in North, Central, or South Florida. Now, South Florida, you can get away with starting some warm weather crops as well, but I'm just going to be focusing on the cooler weather crops today. So let's go ahead and get started. First up are strawberries, and I'm referring to strawberry crowns, like the bare root strawberries, or strawberry starts, where the plants have already been started. Now, for Florida, it's recommended to get the short day varieties, which are best suited for Florida. The ones that are recommended are the Florida Brilliance, Festival, Sweet Sensation, and there's another variety that's not really talked about too much that I've grown in the past successfully, and that is the Camarosa. And it's going to grow well in North Florida or the northern part of Central Florida. Now, I personally ordered mine online, but you can find strawberry starts in the big box stores or your local nurseries. And what I got and literally just planted out are the bare root strawberry crowns. So let me go ahead and show you what they look like in my raised beds. You're not going to see too much because they were just planted out. The leafy growth hasn't kicked in yet, but let me go ahead and show you. In one of my raised beds, I've got 5 crowns planted along here, and I planted them along the edge of the bed so that they can sprawl down if they wanted to. And I have a few more in another bed. Now, I know you can't see this because it's already planted, but the roots are under the soil. They were about that long, and then the crown has been left exposed above soil because this is where the leafy growth will start to grow from. Next up is garlic, and there are a few things with garlic. First, it's recommended to purchase seed garlic from online reputable sources or local reputable sources, because the seed garlic that you're getting online or from your local nurseries are going to most likely be disease free. So try to make sure that you are getting a certified disease free seed garlic. However, I have grown garlic several times throughout the years. Some were using the certified disease free seed garlic, others were just picking up garlic from the grocery store and planting those cloves out. Now, I wouldn't recommend that because you could still run into some issues and introduce diseases and pathogens into your beds. So plant at your own risk. Second huge thing is on vernalization, and garlic needs a period of cold before they actually start growing and forming those big fat bulbs for you. If it doesn't get that period of cold, you won't end up with large, delicious bulbs of garlic. And in Florida, we simply don't have as many cold, chilling hours as garlic would generally prefer to grow to its fullest potential. So what we do is we mimic that cold by placing the garlic bulbs in the refrigerator for about 4 to 8 weeks, sometimes even a little bit longer, before planting out in the garden. Now, I personally like to experiment and test those rules. So I've grown garlic with and without vernalization before. And funny thing about that is that the garlic that I did not put through the refrigerator vernalization actually grew bigger, fatter bulbs that were just as delicious as the garlic that I actually vernalized in the fridge. Now, I'm sure this depends on the type of garlic. The one that I experimented with was a soft neck variety. I believe it was the Inchellium Red, but the hard neck varieties need a lot more cold chill hours than the soft necks. The third huge thing about garlic is that the soft neck varieties actually grow better here than the hard necks because of that whole cold chilling hour requirement. But some hard neck varieties actually do grow really well out here, especially Asian varieties like Thai Fire or Vietnamese Red, or there's another variety called Ajo Rojo Creole. So for the first time this year, I'm going to be trying out a hard neck variety that I purchased online, specifically the Ajo Rojo Creole. And then I'm also going to be growing the soft neck variety Inchellium Red. I'm no longer experimenting this year. I'll just go by the rule book, and I'm going to place my garlic bulbs in the refrigerator starting now, early October, and then I'm going to get them planted out into the garden sometime in late November, no later than early December. All right, the rest of these are more straightforward, so we'll get right into the first category, which are the onions, leeks, and society garlic. These are bulbing onions called Texas early granos, and I did start several in September, and then I will be starting my last round now in October. I'm also going to continue planting out seeds for bunching onions or chives, green onions, as well as society garlic. Now, these are very beautiful ornamental little plants. You're actually harvesting the leaves and the flowers of this crop. And it's similar to green onion where you're harvesting the leafy tops, but it has a completely different texture and flavor. So they're not hollow like green onions are, they're more leaf-like, but they have a mild garlic flavor and go really well in so many dishes. They're also very beautiful and ornamental, so certainly a great addition to the garden. I won't be planting leeks this year, but this is the perfect time to get them planted out if you're interested in growing those. Next up are the lettuces. So my favorite is the butter crunch lettuce. I actually already started lettuce in September, but we're going at it again this month. And there's also another lettuce that I really like. I saved the seeds from this, so I don't have the original packet, but this is a red type of lettuce. It's called red salad bowl lettuce. Both the butter crunch and the red salad bowl lettuce are loose leaf types of lettuces, so they're not going to form a large head of lettuce. So this allows me to harvest the leaves as I wish, and they just keep regrowing back for me. If you like spicier types of lettuces, arugula is a really good one to start now as well. I'm also going to be starting another round of carrots. So I like the short and sweet carrots as well as the rainbow mix. Both of these varieties do really well for me, and I really think this rainbow mix is a lot of fun to grow. I'll be starting more radish. So we've got long radish, your standard red radish, daikon radish. All of these can be directly sown right now. Turnips and beets can also be directly sown, although I won't be planting those out this year. If you love Swiss chard, you can go ahead and get that started this month as well. I actually don't like the flavor of Swiss chard. If anybody has a really good recipe that tones down the intense flavor, let me know. I would love to hear it. Maybe I will try growing it in the future, but it's just not for me at this time. October is a lovely month to start your Asian greens. So mizuna, tatsoi, bok choy. I actually started bok choy last month as well, but we are going to plant some more out in the month of October. Same goes for tatsoi. Now is a great time to start all of your kales. I'm only going to be starting Ethiopian kale this month, but there are so many cool varieties like the lanzanato or dino kales. All of them can be started this month. I'm also going to be starting collard greens, and I've actually never grown them before. This is going to be my very first time trying out collards. Peas like your snap peas or shelling peas can be started right now. I personally like the sugar snap peas, so I will be directly sowing those in ground. I'm going to plant them where I have trellises so that they can support the vining growth of the sugar snap peas. I'll also be starting celery, and it's a little bit fussy to grow. It likes consistent moisture, and it doesn't do well with extreme temperature fluctuations like we tend to get here in Florida, but it can be done. A lot of people grow celery out here, but if you're up for the little challenge, go for it. And as far as flowers go, I'm going to be starting nasturtiums. Both the flowers and the leaves are edible. They have a very spicy, peppery kick. I'm actually going to be growing them as ground covers around my fruit trees this fall. And that is all I will be starting this month. Let me know if you're starting other crops that I didn't mention in this video so that I can pick up on your ideas. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.